Yo, what's going on here with Boxing Source checking in, and we got this set up here to talk about the guests that will be on here. As I think we got him already ready to go here, as he has an upcoming bout here for November 29th in Temecula, California. As he is there with a record of 21-2, the WBO International Champion in the featherweight division. You see him, it's the Wolf, Elijah Pierce. What's going on?
What's happening, man?
Oh,
Shit.
oh
Same
yeah.
shit, different toilet. You know what's going on.
Yeah, all day, man. Preparing as always, man. You got this fight coming up here for November, that WBO eliminator bout there in the featherweight division, going up against Lorenzo Parra, man. So how you been feeling going into this camp for the fight?
Oh man, I'm feeling good. I'm in shape already. Feeling good, strong. I mean, shit, bro. It really ain't too much to it. I didn't work my ass off relentlessly to be here. So ain't nobody finna come here and take this from me. So that's just how I'm looking at it. I'm pretty much just like, look, dude got to be ready to dance with death in order to beat me. So
Yeah,
a lot of people ain't cut like that.
yeah, no doubt, man. And the just to repeat right here, man. So November 29th, Temecula, California, you got Elijah Pierce going in there against Lorenzo Parra. That is going to be a WBO eliminator bout there in the featherweight division. Currently, you got Elijah Pierce there, ranked at number 3 in the WBO. We're just waiting for the new ratings to come out for the WBO as we get closer to the bout. But as I was talking with you in the last time, going from your last fight that you had against Michael Das Marinas, getting that ninth round knockout victory there with the double right and everything like that. So you know how we said it. It's like, hey, you have these fights, man, and it's all action fights and everything like that. But you get criticism while other fighters, they get to be there and they like warriors and all types of shit, man. So it's like I don't understand how you can't have that same warrior tag for someone like Elijah Pierce, but you put it on other fighters for doing the same thing.
Right, right. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I remember I was talking about it with my dad a little bit, and I think a lot of it has to do, maybe, it could be a couple different things. It could be the fact that I talk shit, and I've never been shy about that. I talk. I'm an entertainer. That's what I do. So I talk. But at the end of the day, I've never spoke outside myself. That's the
Mm.
part. I mean, I may talk shit, but I'm backing it up. I'm getting the guys out of there. But maybe it could be that, or just the fact that the people that I do speak of, a lot of people get sensitive, like especially the Inoue fans. I've had my dealings with the Tank fans, obviously now the Fulton fans, whatever. So because of the the high level fandom that they have or whatever, of course I'm going against a pretty big conglomerate when it comes to that. So, at the end of the day, I just take it, for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just people gonna talk, but in the end of the day, it ain't gonna stop my show. I'm gonna keep winning. I'm gonna get this title after I beat Para. I'm gonna get this title after, whether it's against what's the name, Espinoza, or I fight for the vacant belt, either one, and that's gonna be that. And then I'll continue to craft and build my career from then on. And what like I've said before, what the fuck they gonna say then? Like, what they gonna keep making up excuses? They gonna keep finding an excuse? Because my whole end goal is to get in a way. And honestly, after I do beat him, I'll probably retire early, to be honest, because I'll have solidified everything just with that fight alone. People revere him so high, and I'm not saying that he's a great fighter, but end of the day, the reverence that he has, man, like once I beat that dude, like, there's nothing else for me really to prove. I just beat the god of boxing that these people put onto him, put the title onto him. They put, oh,
Mhm.
he's a next level, he's generational, and this and all that and third. So if that's what they believe, then me beating them is going to only classify me as that and more. So
Yeah, word. I mean, they have like a number of folks out there that say that Inoue is out there as far as like top three pound for pound, at least
right,
right now. And, by the time we get through, I guess, the end of the year and then probably by the start of next year, then he'll be out there for the featherweight division. He had
right,
him set up for his fight there against Junto Nagatani. And then after that, then he'll say he'll go up to, 126. And by that time, you'll be right there waiting for him, with that WBO title. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Shout out to I got smoke right there in the building, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Now, like this, the upcoming bout here against Lorenzo Parra. Like the last time I seen him there, he was in the ring against Omar Trinidad there and had a draw in that particular fight. I think it was a pretty good scrap and even, or what ended up being even. But some people said that maybe Parra won that fight. So, what have you seen from Lorenzo Parra going into this bout?
Yeah, I mean, I watched that fight too, the one with Omar Trinidad, and I thought Parra won too. What was surprising to me is how many people be bringing up Trinidad's name like for me to fight him. And it was kind of funny to me when I watched that. Cause what I seen, I was like, this is the guy y'all keep telling about me fighting him. And I'm not saying that he's not good, but at the same time, I'm like, I knocked that motherfucker out. I was very like, I was like, yo, like I knock him out. I'm like, they talking about. I don't know however, if he fought Para, if he fought me like he fought Para in that fight, I guarantee 100% I'll knock him the fuck out. Guaranteed, for sure.
Yeah, and that was the thing about it was that I think going into that bout, that Trinidad was kind of highly favored against Parra, and I
Right.
don't know if he took him lightly or whatever it was, but it still, ended up being like a really close bout as I was mentioning before. But at the same token, that just put Parra in a position to have the fight against you. Therefore, I think the WBO international title will be on the line, but it's still an eliminator bout there within the WBO. And like I said, it's just one step closer to fighting for that world title. You know what I'm saying? It's like Smoke was saying, man. They better stop sleeping on Elijah Pierce, man. And it kind of like goes to our conversations in the past. It's like every time, one of the things we bring up is the stuff about getting knocked down and then being able to come back and win the fight, but also writing people off after one or two losses. Like you got multiple fighters that have become world champions after having losses. So why can't it happen here with the Wolf?
I mean, end of the day, that shit is old. Like that shit is way overweight now. It's like, bro, I'm 12 fights deep in a row. Like all that two loss shit. Like that's come on, bro. That's only casuals and goofies like even speak on that at this point. Because like, okay, I didn't win 12 in a row against three world title challengers in that mix as well. So it's like, okay, like you can't even dispute that. But end of the day, like I said, like I said before, I take it all with to the chin. That's a sport. People gonna criticize, people gonna say what they want to say. Eventually, I mean, over time, I've had to wise up to it. It was something that was uncomfortable for me at first. Like I said, and people want to talk shit. I used to be in the comments talking back and blah blah blah. Now I really don't care because at the end of the day, I've achieved I'm achieving what I'm setting out to achieve. And then on top of that, even when it comes to me talking all the shit that I was talking a lot of these fighters, it was reasonable. You know what I'm saying? I had to do something in order to make myself stand out, in order to create the buzz about myself. I have no choice. And people can either understand it or not. I mean, I don't really care, but that's just the truth. I had to do something to stand out. You know what I'm saying? To give myself a chance, because like you said, everybody wrote me off after those two losses. So I was immediately trashed to everybody. So I had to find a way in order to really start popping it and like letting people know, hold up, bro. Like just because that those losses didn't define me, and just because I went through that, that does not deter my future. Or you can't put no ceiling put a cap on the ceiling like mine.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And when we were talking about getting prepared for your previous fight there against Michael Das Marinas, you had the thing there where you were like traveling overseas, in preparation to get in line for a fight there before we had the thing set up for Michael Das Marinas. And then,
Yeah.
when things were like winding down, you were there, by, your hometown there, Oklahoma City and things like that. You was, with your family, your dad and all of that. So that kind of like, made things, be a little bit different as far as like your preparation for that particular fight. But like you said, you bit down, you walked down Dash Marinas, and you were able to break him down. And as I was mentioned before, when we talked after the fight, like the body shots pretty much like did it there, in that one. And that's the thing I don't think that people see there with you is that sometimes they can say like, oh, maybe he like head hustles and stuff like that, but when it gets down to it, you could like break down, be in a high guard, and just walk down the fighter and just see that opening, boom, right to the body, boom, right to the body,
Yeah.
and then everything opens up from that.
I mean, the funny, I think the funniest part about myself is that people genuinely think that I'm just a brawler. They just think I'm just a puncher. That's it. Like it's just hilarious because like I was literally known throughout the amateurs. Like my name Sweet was Sweet Pea, and it held weight. Like I got a lot of comparisons to Pernell. Like I was a boxer, a straight boxer, pure boxer back in the day. So it's just like but I'm not gonna lie. Like I did somewhat fall in love with my power, and the results speak for themselves. I'm knocking their ass out. So end of the day, of course, like I got like I said, it's just learning lessons, man. Growing pains. I'm winning the fights end of the day,
Yeah,
but I don't think I'm not learning. Don't think I'm not picking up what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Just little small stuff. It just and maybe people like to say, oh well, you got dropped whatever twice or whatever, and they try to boost it up like I get dropped every damn fight or whatever just because they happen to be close together or whatever, but people don't understand. They didn't know the background information that go into that. But, it doesn't matter. Bottom line, I know what I got to work on. I know that even this fight, I'll be that much more slick. And I'm looking to actually unveil it and showcase my boxing ability. And I know I've said it before, but it just, everybody has a plan until you get in the ring and you start fighting. And this, like, camp, I'm so focal on doing it. Like every sparring session, I'm going into it with the mindset, okay, I gotta show these motherfuckers who I am. Show them that, okay, the wolf, like the reason for the triple X, baby, is unpredictability. You don't know what you're gonna get. Everybody think I'm just gonna come walk you down and come knock you out. I can, don't get it twisted, but it's a lot in my bag. Where I'll box you, I'll ankle fight you, I can do it all. And like I said, it just goes to show time with time.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It's just being able to improve, with each fight, and during the fight and things like that, and making the proper adjustments. That's what we're seeing there with your fights and stuff like that. So whether it's this one here coming up against Lorenzo Parra, or like in the future going up against these top contenders of the world champions, there, like you'll see that all of the fights that you had in the past pretty much built you up for those fights that are coming up in the future against the world champions, or the guys that are like right there around the top of the featherweight division. So it really won't matter as far as like who the opponent would be. It's like you'll be ready for every type of style that's out there.
For sure. And like I said, I mean, really been at, but kind of what like another thing I've said in the past is just me fighting down to an extent as well, and and there's no excuses for it, but and just to do what it is. I've done that before as well, and like I said, put me in the ring with the best. Y'all gonna see what all y'all need to see. And I'm just gonna leave it there. As far as I'm gonna take care of Para. I'm gonna handle that business, and then once I fight for the world title and win the world title, I'll rest my case. I mean, because at that point, I'm in the history books. So all from then on, all it's about is just securing my future, securing my kids' future, and
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know, I like once I got the belt, I've proven my point. Nobody can say shit to me. I really don't even. I probably won't even respond to any criticism anymore at all. Just
Mm-hmm.
because there ain't nothing. What am I talk like? What are you gonna say to me? Oh well, you a world champ, but you
You
this
did
or
this
you
and that.
that. Like, I ain't trying to. I
Yeah,
ain't yeah. Like come on now, stop.
yeah.